Hello everyone, this is Mario, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the final 3 stages of my Tour de France 2023 playthrough on Pro Cycling Manager. Today we have the end of the race and one final chance for some GC action. We start with a flat stage, even though we have a hill about 30 kilometers from the finish line, but this should be a mass sprint at the end, so maybe this is the time that Aramburu is going to get the top 10 in the final sprint. And then on stage 20, we have the final GC day. Only 3,500 meters of vertical ascent, but these are condensed on only 138 kilometers, so it's going to be an electric stage. Then, of course, we finish with the traditional celebration and final sprint in the Champs-Élysées. So in stage 19, I will, of course, try my best with Alex Aramburu, knowing that it's nearly impossible to get a good result with him. But the other focus is going to be to try to conserve some energy and get my riders as fresh as possible for stage 20. Can someone please explain why my riders are always at the back of the peloton at the start of the stages? Disgusting behavior, PCM. So we have the breakaway of the day formed, and at the front of the breakaway we have Felix Gall, who actually won the latest real-life stage in the Tour de France. He won the Col de la Loze stage, and what a stage that was. I mean, was anyone really seeing Tadej Pogačar cracking the way he did? I certainly wasn't. I mean, like at the end of the first week, I did talk with a few people, and I said that I believed that Pogačar was the strongest and he was going to win the Tour de France. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking that there was a chance that Vingegaard was kind of saving himself and controlling things, because even when he lost time, everything was kind of controlled. He didn't really crack. There was a day in which he kind of cracked a little bit in stage 6, I think. But in all other attempts, he was always kind of controlling Pogačar. And I was thinking that maybe he's just more cold-blooded than Pogačar, and he's able to control the race like that. And the time trial, which is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in cycling, and then what happened in the Col de la Loze, it's absolutely unreal. And the most scary thing is that I feel like Vingegaard was not even going at his full strength in the Col de la Loze, because otherwise he would probably be able to catch Felix Gall and win the stage. So we are now going up the Côte des Passières, and I need to make sure I keep at least Enric Mas at the front. I could actually drop Gorka Izagirre, maybe to save his legs a bit. I did allow Ruben Guerreiro and Jorgensen to drop behind, because I won't need them for today and I need them for tomorrow. Okay, so today I'm not going to use anyone to form a sprint train, and I'm going to try to follow the wheel of... I was trying to follow the wheel of Biniam Girmay, but it's being really tricky to get the position, and Aramburu is already so exhausted with 10 kilometers to go, still 30 seconds to the breakaway, with Alpecin, Søren Kragh Andersen pacing really hard at the front as Clément Champoussin is trying to go solo with Oliver Nassen. Kirsten Nielens has been dropped, and we are now in the final 3 kilometers. Aramburu is struggling so much to find the proper wheel. He is going left and right, and yeah, this is not gonna lead anywhere. Let's still try to keep following Biniam. We are in the final kilometer, and he's already out of red. Ah, this is really hard. Caleb Ewan is going to take the stage. I think it's his second, ahead of Brian Cocard and Biniam Girmay. Yeah, Bini was a good wheel to follow. It's just that Aramburu is so exhausted at this point in the Tour. So that was a decent semi-rest day for my team, with Alex Aramburu finishing in 33rd. Yeah, I won't be too harsh on him. And so this is it. We are going for stage 20 and the final GC day. We are going to be expecting a really good day by Enric Mas because of his recovery stat. He has a predicted +2, so maybe PCM is going to be kind and is going to deliver a +4 or +5 today. For crying out loud, PCM, the +5 was not on Gorka Izagirre. It was supposed to be on Enric Mas. He's on a 0 race day condition, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much today. I'm sending Gorka on a +5 and Nelson Oliveira on a +3 in the breakaway today to potentially try something later in the stage. So we are going up in the Ballon d'Alsace with the breakaway and 20 riders in the main group and 12 others trying to bridge to the front. And the pace here in this breakaway group is absolutely crazy at the moment. Yeah, they do not want these 12 riders to join the front of the race. The group up here is pretty strong. Dylan Toons, Ciccone, Van Gils, Pache, Bargui, Zimmerman, Stuyven and Bargui are already dropped out of this group. Calmeran as well. And Nelson Oliveira is going to be the next. David de la Cruz right at the back of this. So Nelson is coming back to the front to help out Gorka. He came in a group with 3 riders from Uno X. And so we are now starting the second climb of the day. And eventually the initial 2 groups of the breakaway merged together, and there are 32 riders, now 31 only, as Steph Kras has been dropped. Oh no, you have gotta be kidding me. Gorka just crashed. No. Things were going well. Things were going well for us. Why did he freaking have to crash? And as we now have Luis Leon Sanchez crashing, we get back to the front with Gorka Izagirre and Nelson. But yeah, this was far from ideal. We are approaching the intermediate sprint, and is this splitting? This is splitting again. Come on. Come on, guys, don't sprint for the intermediate sprint. And so we are now in the Col du Petit Ballon, and we have 7.5 minutes over the peloton. My idea at the start was not going for the stage win. It was all about helping out Enric Mas later. But I mean, Gorka is in a decent position, although there are still 27 riders here. Maybe he doesn't really stand a chance, and he already got 2 stage wins. Maybe I should really drop him, or drop the 2 of them, like lower the pace to then help out Enric Mas. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to drop them from the breakaway and maybe try a late attack with Enric Mas in this climb. Like, the pace is so high at the moment in the peloton that I am struggling to follow, so I'm not really seeing how I'm going to be able to attack with Enric Mas. We are almost catching Gorka and Nelson. They are at the top of the climb, so they are going to get to the bottom of the final ascension ahead of the peloton. David Gaudu trying an attack right at the end of the Col du Petit Ballon, with Bob Jungels setting the pace there. Jai Hindley still in this group. Oh, and we just had a crash by Jai Hindley. Jai Hindley just crashed. Okay, I was not hoping for that, but Jai Hindley crashing does mean that our 4th place is a little bit more secured. Okay, so there's no real point in pushing hard with Nelson Oliveira, unless if it's to keep Gorka in a good place, because things are just erupting. I need to try something. Jai Hindley is probably in this group. Yeah, he is in this group, so he's a little bit far behind me. Let's maybe... Gorka is done. I allowed him to get dropped, and Carapaz is attacking. That was not what I was intending. I wanted to be the one attacking him. He's together with Thorsten Train. Should I try an attack? We are not far from the top of the climb, but I can't forget that there are still quite a few kilometers after the climb. Screw it. Let's go with him. Let's go with Enric Mas. Try to put some pressure, and Vingegaard is coming with us. Do you want to work with me? Come on, let's go. Let's gain some time. Pogacar is following. Carapaz is dropping a little bit, but not as much as I needed. And don't attack, Vingegaard. Just pace with me. Come on, please. And Pogacar is with you. Can the three of us work together? So the win in the stage is going to be for the breakaway. Dylan Toons, Harold Tejada, and Pascal Lindkorn. That is surprising, to say the least. Let's go on the wheel of Jonas Vingegaard. I'm not going to win the stage, and Carapaz is not far behind. And checking the win, it's for Harold Tejada. We are going to finish in the top 6, I guess. No, there are a few more riders ahead of us. 1.5 kilometers left, and let's start sprinting. We are not going to beat any of them, but we finish in the top 10 of the stage behind Pogacar and Vingegaard, so third best in the GC, but Carapaz loses only about 20 seconds or so. We do hold fourth place as Jai Hindley is only now finishing the stage together with David Gaudu. The crash really hurt his chances, but I am not going to complain because I've had my share of bad luck. So we were in the breakaway took the stage. Harold Tejada takes the first one for Astana in this Tour de France. Was it of any use to have Gorka and Nelson Oliveira in the breakaway? Absolutely not, because yeah, I didn't do what I intended, which was an attack in the Col du Petit Ballon. It wasn't bad. On a zero race day condition, I finished basically together with Pogacar and Vingegaard. I did put a few seconds, 24 seconds on Richard Carapaz. Not anywhere near what I needed to get up to third. But yeah, we conserved fourth place in the GC because we finished ahead of Jai Hindley. The GC, of course, is going to go for Jonas Vingegaard unless he crashes in the final stage. Ahead of Tadej Pogacar, then Richard Carapaz. Enric Mas in a very respectable fourth place ahead of Jai Hindley. And I mean, we do beat two riders who already won Grand Tours, Jai Hindley and Egan Bernal. Oh, and Simon Yates as well. He's also a Grand Tour winner. So we head on to the final stage, and the only thing that is in contention is the actual stage win, because Fabio Jakobsen holds a 99-point lead over Jasper Philipsen in the points classification, so that is basically settled. But of course, according to PCM, the focus on this stage is on Tadej Pogacar and his chance to take this stage win, and also to move up in the points classification. So the start of the stage is named as Paris La Défense. There is a really interesting building at the back. I wonder if that's like the defense ministry of France. And I'm going to today not be on the defense. I'm going to try to attack with Ruben Guerreiro, try to get in the breakaway, because why not? Let's just have some fun. It never works out in PCM, but yeah, I'm not going to win from the peloton anyway, so why not try something different? But I mean, that would of course require the peloton to not chase any attempt of a breakaway. Yeah, I'm trying it with Ruben again, but they don't want anyone else at the front now. So with about 40 kilometers left in the stage, we have Benoit Cosnefroy at the front, 45 seconds ahead of the peloton. He was not in the initial breakaway, I think. He attacked after the other riders were caught. But we have Lotto, Soudal, Quickstep, both pacing hard at the front of the peloton. I'm not really sure. I can try an attack. Okay, so I'm going to try an attack with Ruben as we exit the tunnel here. Let's try to go up the road with him. Oh, and we catch Cosnefroy and get past him really easily, but only 20-30 seconds ahead of this fast-pacing peloton. It's going to be tricky to hold on to this lead. So Ruben held until he could. He ran out of energy and eventually got caught. The gap was never really big. We are getting close really, really quickly. Should I go at like 95 and try to keep him close to the front? 4 kilometers left. Let's go at 95 with Jorgensen for a little bit longer. Mühlberger, I should have you already set for maximum effort. Final 2.5 kilometers. Mühlberger pulling at the front. Aramburu on his wheel. Yeah, the other ones are already sprinting. There is no chance for me. The stage is going to be once again for Fabio Jakobsen. And he takes the stage on the line ahead of Caleb Ewan. Jasper Philipsen and Alex Aramburu is going to finish in the top 20. So in the final day of the Tour de France, in the podium in the Champs-Élysées, Fabio Jakobsen, he takes the stage win ahead of Caleb Ewan. Then Jonas Vingegaard wins the general classification ahead of Pogačar, Carapaz, Enric Mas and Jai Hindley. Then Pello Bilbao, David Gaudu, Bernal, Wout van Aert and Romain Bardet complete the top 10. Vingegaard also takes the mountain classification ahead of Pogačar, Hindley, Carapaz, and then Ciccone was the best non-GC contender in this classification. Fabio Jakobsen takes the points classification with over 100 points, over 130 points ahead of Jasper Philipsen. With no surprises, Tadej Pogačar takes the white jersey, the best young rider, by 1 hour and a half over Thomas Pidcock. Matteo Jorgensen was fourth, so he was in the podium of the non-Pogačar young rider classification. And surprise, surprise, we end up taking the team's classification. This is such a Movistar thing to do. So it was the result on stage 20 in which we gained almost 8 minutes on Jumbo-Visma, and that was what allowed us to jump them in the team's classification and get to first. I am so happy for achieving this. So in the final stage, we finish 18th with Aramburu. Unfortunately, 18th is not the new first. So on top of taking the Movistar classification, we finish 4th in the GC with Enric Mas. That is a pretty decent result. Not the podium as I wanted, but it's pretty solid. And we of course also take 2 stage wins. The one we got with Gorka Izagirre right on the first stage in Bilbao, which is just a dream. And then he was also able to win in stage 10, so the first stage of the second week. I still can't quite understand how I got that stage win, but I will not complain about it. So this was a really lovely and very nice to play Tour de France. The parkour was very exciting for the GC. Also plenty of chances for the sprinters. Unfortunately, not many hilly stages with rolling terrain, with good chances for the breakaway. If you enjoyed this final episode, don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below and tell me anything you want about this particular video or my entire Tour de France experience. And of course, if you are only now coming to the channel, you are more than welcome to subscribe to it. Next week, I'm expecting to bring back the episodes of Evian Castelli, my career mode series, so stay tuned for that. And so that is all for today, and as usual, stay safe, stay positive. Until next time, goodbye.